All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JBDC's Virtual Biz Zone. My name is Dania Bennett, your host for this session, and this particular time slot is facilitated by the JBDC's Technical Services Department, responsible for assisting clients with their product development needs from concept to market. So today we will be looking at a topic that I know many people will be interested in. We're actually exploring food trends in 2021. And our presenter this week is not a stranger to one of our to our JBDC virtual biz zones. However, she has not been with us since the start of the year. So I'm just going to introduce her. Her name is Alicia Lindsay, and she's actually the food service development specialist here at the JBDC. She has almost 30 years of experience in the food industry, and that is simply because she started out in the food industry from she was in high school. So it has always been a passion of hers. She's a graduate of the Hard Trust NTA, where she studied food preparation, and she's certified in levels 1 and 2. And she also studied at the University of Technology, rather, where she obtained her bachelor's in food service management. Her areas of specialization are fruit and vegetable carving, patisserie, pastry, commercial food preparation, and so much more. And she will be guiding us today as we try to navigate this season, which is so unexpected. And I know she will be providing excellent pointers for you today. So thank you for being a part of it. And I'm just going to hand over to Alicia so that she can begin her presentation.
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you everyone for attending our webinar today. It is a pleasure to have you guys. So today I will be presenting on food trends for 2021, right? So we'll be looking at at least 20 forecasted trends that will affect the restaurant and agri-processing industry in 2021. So today we'll be defining what are food trends. We're going to understand how food trends happen. We're going to be highlighting the importance of food trends, why you need to keep abreast of what's going on in the industry. And we'll be providing information on current and forecasted food trends that have affected or will affect the food industry in 2021 and possibly beyond. Now, as you guys know, 2021, 2020 was a year unlike any other for the entire planet and specifically for the food industry. It has tested us to our very limits, and it has forced us to evolve, to innovate, and of course, it has accelerated a variety of food trends. And now more than ever, the food industry needs to be cognizant of these changes and to keep abreast of our new consumer needs. So we need to be aware of the food trends, right? So what are food trends? Food trends, simply put, is widespread changes in food preferences. Food trends are not always new. Sometimes past favorites may sometimes make a comeback. And some such trends prove to be long lasting, while some, of course, are temporary or passing fads. How does food trends happen? Oh. Food trends happen simply like this. Food media attempts to predict which ingredients and dishes will define what consumers needs or want for the next 12 months. And these are normally educated predictions that are made using reliable data sources. So these are normally based on market data research, data garnered from surveys, and these surveys are normally conducted by reputable groups or organizations such as International Restaurant Associations, IFT, and some others. Why should we keep abreast of food trends? It is important to watch as they help to drive the market. This is what, the food trends is what dictate what is going to be hot and what's not, right? Consumer needs are always evolving. So, trends are always changing. So we need to know what is going on now and what is the next best thing. We also need to know what is going on as far as the industry is concerned to help with your planning and budgeting. So if you know that the next big thing is going to be chips, then you know that you'd plan ahead of time as far as your budgeting, your menu, and so on to ensure that you are not left behind. And in saying that, it would increase your market share and your profitability, and therefore ensure that your business is a going concern. Now we're going to be looking at the top 20 food trends, and mind you guys, there's a whole lot more, right? But we have chosen 20 to discuss today, right? The first one we're going to be discussing is delivery and takeout. Now, a lot of persons are going to say, well, this is not new. Yes, it's not new because it started before 2020, but it became so much more in 2020 when everyone was under quarantine and no one can go anywhere. Now we have a lot of businesses now and a lot of food entities that have recognized the importance of this and have started focusing on this mainly. And seeing that COVID is here for a while and probably, some people say here to stay. I am not going to subscribe to that. However, delivery and takeout only establishments are now a thing. Now, with these establishments, there's no seats or very limited seating, right, for diners to sit and eat. Mainly, orders are done by on telephone or online, and of course, they might have a window at the establishment, right? It is, as far as setup, it is way cheaper to set up and to maintain because, of course, there is not much overhead. You don't have to be thinking about the chairs and a lot of wait staff and stuff like that. So, of course, yeah. Next one is the ghost kitchen, right? And the ghost kitchen is a delivery-only cooking establishment. Orders are made online using online platforms. There is nowhere for diners to sit or order, right, at the cooking establishment. You have a cooking facility, which has the chefs, a wide range of recipes or menu options. That's it. It's cheap. It's even easier to set up than the delivery takeout. And you don't really need a mortar or brick establishment that is really yours. So it's even less overhead. If you can get a kitchen facility, such as a closed school, right, that has a commissary, that has a kitchen that you can rent, you can actually set up a ghost kitchen. It is as easy as that. Mm-hmm. Now, stemming from this now, right, there is online ordering platforms. Now we know a lot of companies used to have online ordering, but this is different. This is an independent website or application that connects restaurants on one hand to customers, right? Now the client can view offerings from a variety of restaurants or food establishment. Now remember, if it was like Wendy's online ordering, you know that when you go on there, the only person you would see is Wendy's. Now these are different. So you can actually view offerings from a variety of restaurants or a variety of food establishment. I mean, even the supermarket. Clients can place orders from various food establishments at one time. Items will then be delivered to the customer at his or her doorstep at the time the customer indicated by a delivery person. Payments are made online using debit or credit cards or by cash, such as cash on delivery. Now, stemming from that, and if you're noticing it's pretty much a chain reaction, a chain effect. One innovative idea sometimes breeds other innovative ideas, right? So, blended meals. Now, this is a direct offshoot of the online platform system. Now, customers are now able to order from different establishments. Customers are now able to order different meal items from various restaurants. So it's kind of like a mashup. For example, you can order your main dish from one restaurant. You can then order the appetizer, the sides, or the desserts from another restaurant or various other restaurants. And all of them would be delivered to you at the same time. Right? Now, in an effort to reduce inventory and overhead, full service operators have developed a different type of menu, right? That could be prepared using a smaller staff complement. And these are streamlined menus, right? And these are, as I said, normally full service establishments would have an extensive menu covering a lot of variety. What they have done is trim it down to the bone and ensure that, for one, whatever it is that's on the menu, it holds well. It travels well because more people now are doing delivery. So, it has to be able to travel well, right? And it has to be something that the customers crave. So, you're going to review your menu and choose the star items only. You're not going to choose the ones that are lagging. You're going to choose the ones that are your best sellers. And those are the ones that you would use as your streamlined menu. Next trend that is observed and is being forecasted is more meal kits. What is a meal kit? It's a box full of ingredients and instructions for individual recipes, right? So the ingredients are pre-measured, and these are normally done by restaurants and caterers, right? So you have something that clients love. You can actually do a meal kit, whether it's going to be the kung pao chicken with the fried rice or whatever, and you would have put all the ingredients in a box and instructions for how to complete the recipe. So your ingredients are pre-measured and in some instances pre-mixed, such as dry rubs and breading mixes and stuff like that. Your customers would then prepare the meal items, right? This makes it easier for the customers to prepare restaurant favorites at home, and it also offers a great bonding experience for your customers. Bundled meals. Now, restaurants can offer a meal bundle. Now, a meal bundle, it's kind of like similar to a fast food operation where they'd offer a bunch of things together. But in the meal bundle now, you would have your choice of appetizer, entree, and dessert. And you can choose the size bundle or the variety bundle that you want. So you can have family sizes, and of course, the family size could vary. So you can have, for the larger family, the smaller family, individual or couples, So you would work out the logistics of how you want your meal to be, and your restaurant would prepare and deliver it, or you would pick up based on your choice. Healthy and diet-specific foods, right? Now, this is another big trend. And this trend has been going on from 2020, right? However, it is still a major trend, and it is forecasted to continue on as long as we don't even know. Consumers are more aware of the importance of their health, and most are trying to reduce or to remove the weight gained during 2020, myself included, or just to control certain health or diet-related illnesses such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and stuff like that. So restaurants now and caterers are now offering meal plans with specific dietary needs in mind. Food transparency. Now, this really should not be a new trend, but it is, right? And we know food transparency builds consumer trust. A lot of people might be thinking, what is food transparency? Does it mean that the food is invisible? No. What food transparency means is that the content of the food, whatever you put on your label, should be clear, complete, and honest. If you know you have fillers in there, do not write that is 100% beef, So that is a transparent label. It's clear, it's complete, the food content is truthful, it's honest to the menu, it's true to the menu, right? Honest food labels. Consumers want to know where their food comes from, how it was sourced and produced, how it was prepared, the cooking method. You have to be truthful in outlining your cooking method. So if you're a caterer or you're an agro-processor and you're going to be doing packaged meals that someone can buy, take up in the frozen food section, right? And you have jerk chicken on there, but you did not really put it on a grill. It's oven jerk chicken. You just rub some jerk seasoning on it, put oven jerk chicken, so that when they open it, they will not be unpleasantly surprised that they bought jerk chicken, but they get oven baked chicken, right? Another thing that is moving forward now is transparency in prices. Consumers do not like, nobody likes hidden fees and hidden prices. You advertise, you say, the cost for the bundle is $1,600 for 2 days. And I'm like, oh, great. And then when it comes, you say, this fee, that fee, that fee, that fee. Outline everything and put it straightforward, right? So that is the next trend that is in. No hidden fees, transparency through and through, right? Meal subscriptions. No, this also goes with the meal bundle, because some persons and the healthy meal concept. Customers sign up to get meals during a selected, specified time period for pickup or delivery, such as a daily, weekly, or monthly meal plan. So you would choose your options, and a lot of people now are tired of their own cooking, right? So it is now, as we Jamaicans will say, boy, it a take off. More people are willing to outsource their meals for the day, for the week, for the month. And restaurants and caterers are offering this. Daily, weekly, monthly meal plans, bundled or individual offerings. And of course, for those persons with special dietary needs, such as whether you're a vegan person, keto, gluten-free, whatever it is, you don't have to be there worrying about what you're going to be cooking for dinner today. Your restaurant will drop it off. Whether it's going to be all of it one time and you select which day you're going to have it, or maybe daily, whichever one you specify or what works best for you. And sometimes too, these meal subscriptions are at a discounted rate. Immune boosters. Now, consumers are now in tune with the immune, right? The COVID-19 pandemic has driven the consumer trend to prioritize, the trend of prioritizing immune health to the next level. This trend is expected to continue into 2021 and way beyond, and we're now into 2021, and we know that more people, everybody is still concerned about their health, their immune health, right? More consumers are increasingly looking for food and beverage products that support and improve or even boost your immune health. Because we know nobody wants to get sick, nobody wants to get COVID, or if we do get it, God forbid, we actually come out of it the better side, right? Without it being too hard on us. And we know that once our immune system is good, then we should be good, right? Now, some of the items, before I go into the gut healthy foods, some of the items that persons tend to look at for as immune boosters, right, are foods that are rich with vitamins and minerals, such as citrus, bell peppers, garlic, broccoli, ginger, turmeric, just to name a few, right? Now, gut healthy foods. Now, consumers are now aware of the importance too and the integral role gut health plays in our overall health and in boosting our immune system. So more people are now interested in ensuring that our internal flora is good. So gut healthy foods. So what though is gut health? Gut health describes the function and the balance of bacteria in the many different parts of our gastrointestinal tract. Ideally, organs such as the esophagus, stomach, and intestines all work together to allow us to eat and digest food without discomfort, right? Now, of course, these are assisted by certain bacteria and other things that lives in our stomach. And to ensure that our internal flora or gut health is good, we have to ensure that we eat certain foods that maintain this, right? So the gut healthy foods that are now the trendsetters now are the high fiber foods, right? The fruits and the vegetables, the probiotic and prebiotic foods, and yogurt. And in keeping with that, we have fermented foods. Now that is also, remember I said before that one trend sometimes breeds the next, right? So now fermented foods. The increase in the consumption of fermented foods stem directly from the consumer's new knowledge and understanding of the importance of gut health, right? So you know that you have to keep the bacteria and those things that are in your stomach. That helps to keep you healthy, that helps to keep you help you to maintain your weight. It also helps with your stress levels, it helps with your blood pressure. It has been proven to help. Having a healthy gut system has been proven to help with a lot of things, right? And some of the foods that are now on the increase, on the rise because of this knowledge, right? Fermented foods are kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickled vegetables, tempeh, kombucha, and cottage cheese. The next trend we're going to be looking at is clean labels, and that also works in well with transparency, right? So in the agro-processing side of things now, persons are more concerned about your health. It's all about keeping healthy, right? To try to ensure that our immune system is good, our body is healthy, we're controlling any kind of illness, chronic or otherwise that we have. And to do this, consumers are looking at your labels. They are looking for products that use less to no preservatives or additives. They're looking for free from. So it's free from artificial colorings, free from fillers. They want organic food. They want grass-fed or corn-fed foods, right? And that, of course, is still stemming from the move towards the healthy. And this is what a clean label would look like, right? So you'd have no preservatives, no additives, and you expect simple ingredients. Ingredients that you normally find in your cupboard. So you see cake flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, butter, sugar, eggs. People expect to find simple, straightforward ingredients. Everything that they can pronounce, right? And of course, in keeping with that, they want real food. Consumers want to see real products, real foods on their label. The food has to be identifiable, right? The food that is listed on your product label needs to be identifiable. I should be able to look at your label and say, oh, that is flour. Ingredient names should be easy to pronounce. And a research firm, upon completing a research, has found that customers do not like ingredients that start with the letter X. So that is interesting, seeing that xanthan gum is used in a lot of gluten-free products. Real food continues, yes. So customers expect, as we say, real food, short, clear ingredient list. They want real butter, real milk, real eggs, real sugar. Ingredient items found in everyone's pantry or cupboard, right? And they would prefer it fresh or minimally processed. We have also seen a shift from artificial to natural ingredients, right? Or from artificial to authentic ingredients. So instead of the artificial coloring, people are more interested in using natural coloring, such as beets for getting your color red, right? Ingredients derived from natural sources and minimally processed is also preferred. So they are looking for fruit purees, concentrates, juice, flakes, like you'd use the juice and try and make drum flakes and powders, right? And these they expect would aid in your product preparation as opposed to using chemicals or other food unnatural additives. And driven by consumer demand, bakeries are also paying attention to their formulation to ensure that they're using more natural preservatives as opposed to the artificial ones. Eco-conscious packaging. Now, we have moved from, we have been trying to reduce our footprint for a while now, and so is the rest of the world. Consumers are more environmentally conscious, and of such shows more preference to companies who prioritizes sustainability and in reducing their carbon footprint. So if you're using products that are ecologically friendly, they are more inclined to purchase your products as opposed to one that isn't. No, the vegan movement. And a lot of persons, myself, a lot of persons, maybe myself at some point, was inclined to believe that the vegan movement would dwindle and would be a fad. However, the vegan movement is going strong. And a lot more people, especially those who are now inclined to trying to go the healthier way. Some are not really totally removing, meats, but they're reducing and they're now looking at more vegan options. And the vegan options are more diverse. There is great diversification in the plant protein that is now offered. We now have vegan meats and not just mince and chunks. We have sausages and burger patties and steaks, which are, yes, made from beans and other such proteins, but they also have mushrooms and other mixtures in there with different fats and so on, so they have a more realistic taste. It's vastly improved. There's vast improvement in the appearance, the taste, the texture, the mouthfeel, and the digestibility of the protein and nutrients that are now contained in the new plant-based proteins. And of course, we have examples of new innovative vegan brands such as Beyond Meat and Impossible Food. And you guys can look it up. I think I have an example of Beyond Meat. And if you can see, look at those sausages. They look so much like real meat sausages. Even the raw one, you have the plant-based burger meat, right? And you have the sausages. And if somebody didn't tell you that those are vegan, would you know? And I get to understand that they taste just as good as they look. Now, the next big thing, I know you guys probably think I'm rushing, but healthy-ish cocktails. And the consumers are very much interested in, of course, they're trying to go healthy, but in this time and everything that is going on, it's hard not to want a drink of something, right? However, of course, now we're having alcohol-free spirits. I think Heineken came out with an alcohol-free beer. And of course, they're looking at low-calorie alcoholic beverages, because a lot of people are not really aware of this, but alcoholic beverages most of them do have a lot of calories. They are now looking at fermented beverages such as kombucha. And of course, that is supposed to assist with gut health as well. And some people want the best of both worlds. So they want a boozier version of their healthy beverage, like hard kombucha, which is kombucha with, twisted kombucha with a little bit of something in there. Or twisted tea, of course, it's green tea, but with a little bit of alcohol in there to, just give it a little kick. And of course, for those people who don't want alcoholic beverage, they have what we call the mocktails, which kind of look like alcoholic beverage, and is made from fermented cocktail mixes, right? So it still have a little buzz. We have infusions. Infusions are now big, right? And this is flavored or infused salts and oils. And what this is, simply put, is salts or organic oils that are infused with healthy herbs and or superfoods, like turmeric, garlic, black garlic, all of the things that that are immune boosting, that assist with health. If it can be infused, then it is infused. Now, we have seen a shift towards individual celebrations, mainly because we don't really have a choice. We have to limit our recreational activity. We have to limit our socialization, and therefore you going to a large birthday party with a big cake, and then somebody stand up over the cake and blow up on it, and then cut it up and share it up. That is a thing of the past at this time. So now we're having individual celebratory cakes. So you're going to streamline the cake so that the size of the cake is for a single serving or maybe two at most. So it's small, individually, highly decorative and beautiful cakes, and or fancy cupcakes that you can give to your friends, right? So that is now the movement towards the social, the celebratory part of it. Now we have cultural diversification. Now, increased use of the internet and social media has increased exposure to new cultures and new cultural food items. And of course, seeing TikTok and all the other social medias going on, there have been various cultural food challenges. And because of this, there's an uptick of people experimenting or trying different cultures. Now, one of these was the cultural food challenge, where making a video on social media, right? A person would try a specific food or food items, and then of course they'd evaluate and tell you how they like it and stuff like that. And this is mainly done by the millennials and Gen Z adults, right? The next food trend is making your label worth reading, right? Building on a growing interest in products with natural or fewer ingredients, consumers will start to look for labels that go beyond the government required information to detail the product's environmental and social impact. So if you know that your product is being produced somewhere where you're helping inner city youths, or it is produced only, the company is owned by women, or the company is owned by people of color, or if it's using eco-friendly products, right? And the products will make a small environmental footprint. All of these are now major selling points. And this is an example of some wines that are made by Black women. And of course, you notice it says Black Girl Magic. And of course, you'd want to read the rest of the label to see what this is all about, because it's made by the McBride sisters, right? And of course, that most times there's a story on the other side that tell you how they started and the struggles they went through and stuff like that. Now, The other thing that is taking off, and that is mainly because we have been indoors so much, is outside dining. Now, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, indoor dining has been restricted in some areas and totally banned in others. So now, seeing that we can't really dine indoors because it increases your risk of transmission or getting COVID, restaurateurs and bars and other such entities have decided to try using outdoor dining. So people are now dining outdoors so that you can get to connect with others and to basically have a safe social, well, somewhat safe social experience. Now, sweet and umami. Food enthusiasts are always looking out for the next big flavor combination. And there are strong indications that the big flavor combination destined to rock the world for 2021 and beyond is sweet and umami. So it is sweet and savory, right? So now you have products that are both sweet but umami at the same time, sweet but savory at the same time. It's not too sweet, and a lot of people would not expect it to be sweet, such as like a tomato jam, you know, or a bacon jam, or pineapple pickles, you know. CBD. Yes, CBD is in, and a lot of person might be thinking CBD. CBD, as you guys know, is an oil that is extracted from marijuana, but the product has diversified, right? And CBD is very versatile. Because of this versatility, CBD is a compound that can be added to many products, and it is currently being added to many products. And that diversity is apparent in the current mix of CBD products like tinctures. There is now an increase in soft gels, gummies, and other edibles, ointments, that is, if you're having sore muscles and stuff, you can rub it on, and in chewing gum and such, right? There is now a smokable CBD known as hemp flower, and that is a newer product which is also forecasted to reach heights in the food industry. Now, we have passed our 20 that we have promised, and I would like to mention a few honorable mentions, some that maybe some persons have not heard about as well, and it's the Take and Bake Kit. And this is similar to the meal kit in that instead of the food and meat and stuff like that, it's geared towards pastry and baking products. There's also a move back towards comfort food, the food that we remember growing up that mommy and daddy used to cook. And therefore, because of the uncertainty of the times, a lot of people are moving back towards those times when they felt safe and happy and everything was wonderful in the world. So they tend to gravitate towards these good old foods. Another trend that is noticed is the return of the carob, right? And this is the carob bean. I think it is similar to cocoa, and it is mainly used by vegans. It had a semi-rising a few years ago and was, it went down, it was a fad. But some experts have predicted that it will return. The other thing is that there's a increase a noticed increase in the use of spices, especially the hotter, like peppers and so on. More people are interested in just spicing up whatever it is they're cooking. So the sale of spices and herbs have greatly increased. The last thing I'd like to mention is brunch fast and dinner. So a lot of persons are working from home, and our defined breakfast, lunch, and dinner times have merged and evolved greatly. So depending on what time you wake up, you might actually have breakfast somewhere around 11, you know, and you might have done a dinner mixed with lunch sometimes, I don't know, around 4. So the times, the time that we use to dine has shifted based on our shifting circumstances, right? Now, okay, so we have discussed a lot of I've imparted a lot of information, and I hope you guys have found what we have discussed helpful. Thank you so very much for staying with me throughout this entire presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
All right, thank you very much, Alicia. Excellent and comprehensive presentation, and you really had some very interesting pointers in there. So we thank you very much for your really informative presentation. So I'm seeing where Jacqueline Turner has raised her hand, and so we want her to go ahead to actually ask her question. Hold on.
Should I stop sharing now, Daniel?
Yes, you can unshare, Alicia. Okay, so Jacqueline Turner, you can go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hi, Jackie.
Where would it be possible for me to get this product beyond meat, burgers and sausage?
I have seen it. I have seen it in Price Mart. I'm not sure if it's at other establishments, but I have seen it in Price Mart. You probably
Okay,
could
so would
find
you
it in
recommend?
other stores as well.
Would you recommend this based on the ingredients that it would be fit for vegans or persons who don't really consume a lot of meat, that they could consume that as a substitute?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh,
It is a vegan product. It is
yes,
fully vegan.
okay.
It is a vegan product. And the
Mm.
protein is actually made from beans, a variety of
Okay.
different beans, and
Mm-hmm.
as well as some mushrooms. And what they did is, normally when you have persons who produce vegan products, if you notice, it normally don't taste anything like what it is they want it to taste. You know, say you're going to have a veggie chunks. If you're trying to make something taste like meat, like a protein has
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
a variety of different elements. Not true? It
Right,
has
right,
fat
right,
in there,
right.
it has in different textures, it have different mouthfeel. Importantly, it
Yeah,
has fat in there. And
yeah.
then, so what they do is they use different varieties of beans, and they use mushrooms.
Yes.
They also include like coconut oil and like olive oil, but they use
Mm-hmm.
organic oils
That's
as well.
not a problem.
So I'm telling
Yes,
you,
I was
I
just,
did a sample, and
yes.
if they didn't tell me that it was meat, I would not have known.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yes, that sounds interesting. I'll go look for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there's a lot more vegan
And
persons who are ordering, so you know you can actually include it in your menu. And the prices are good too.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you said price mark.
Yes, I've seen it at Price Smart.
Yes. Thank you very much. You have a good evening. Bye. Yes,
All right, thank you so much, Jacqueline, for your question. Any more questions for Alicia? She
Of course, if you guys have heard of any other trend that I did not mention today and you wanted a little bit more insight, as long as it is I know about it, because I had to choose. There was a whole lot of trends and I had to narrow it down. And if you notice, it's not even 20, it's more than 20 that was on there. So if it is that, if you have been hearing of something and you want to talk about it, please feel free.
Okay. All right, Alicia, I'm seeing where Kamalita Maxwell is asking, what is the name of the product? What product specifically
Which product?
are you referring to, Kamalita? Is it the vegan product she was speaking about, Beyond Meat? Just type the additional question in the chat so that she can respond. You were going to say something else, Alicia?
No, I was going to ask what product she was talking. Carmelita.
Okay, I guess she's probably referring to Beyond Meat, so I don't know if you want to expound on that for her.
Okay, so as
oh, she said she was late to the conversation.
Okay, all right. So Beyond Meat is a company that had developed vegan products or plant-based protein that is very similar to the real thing, but it is made from, as I said, plant-based. So it's made from a mixture of different beans, right, with different mushrooms, and they also include different fats, and it's all healthy fats, you know. So it is, I think they use coconut oil and olive oil is the two main fats that they use, with herbs and spices. Their colorings are also natural. So everything in their product, from my research, is natural, right? So they even use beets to get that red color. That I don't know if you guys remember how the sausage and the meats look. It look pretty real.
Yeah.
So you know it's actually natural coloring that they use to get that color. And they have a clean label too.
Yeah.
Everything that you could find in your pantry is on that label.
Okay.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. So I'm seeing where Malita is saying, great, thank you. You were saying something.
Take down. No, take down.
Oh, okay. Anita is asking if there is an outlet in if I know where there's an outlet in Montego Bay that supplies Beyond Meat. I am not sure. I have not been in Montego Bay for years, so I really don't know.
Well, perhaps they can check some of the more established supermarkets, because I've seen Beyond Meat in other supermarkets that are about the place, even in town outside of Price Mart. So if they're more, up-to-date supermarkets, you can just probably check the vegan frozen side or so for it and to see if they have it.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen it in Shoppers Fair. I can't remember if I've seen it in Shoppers Fair. It is though. Vegan meat. In Beyond Meat is here, and there's one other, but I've not seen it. But I know I've seen quite a number of vegan products in the frozen section now.
Yeah.
Including locally made, and we have some really good locally made products as well.
That's true. They have a local brand that makes like the patties, kind of beef patties from they make it from beans as well as different items as well. A local brand.
There's a potato, a chickpeas.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute. The name is right here. The name is right here. Here's my number. Can you look into it, please? Okay.
Well, Kamalita is saying too, she has seen it in Progressive Foods.
She has seen it in Progressive Foods. That's really good. That's good.
Yeah. Any more questions for Alicia? Alicia, what is your view? I know that in terms of the vegan lifestyle, people are not only utilizing like just plant-based products, they're actually making products made in a lab now. So what is your view on that?
I am of mixed views because I am happy that we are progressing as a species, that we are not only dependent on our environment to sustain ourselves and live, and is able to maybe reproduce different amino acids and so on, right? However, it is a bit scary. I am a bit scared of it. I am not sure, as is most persons. We are never sure. What if 20 years from now, all of us start growing an extra limb or something? We don't know. So it is really scary, but it is also good that we're making progress. And maybe one day we'll be like Star Trek Next Generation, where we tell a machine that we want mojito and it just appear, including the glass. Not true?
Maybe we'll get there. It's 2021 now. Who knows what the next 10 years will be like?
But I mean, 2020 has taught us so much. And as an industry, the food industry, we have been battered.
Yes.
But I'm very happy to say that we came out and we have innovated and we have shown our strength and we were able to survive. Many of us went down, you know, but the industry itself is still here, right? And I see where we can go from strength to strength.
That's true. That's so real, Alicia. All right, I'm seeing where Anita Williams has said great presentation, very informative. And earlier when you were speaking about ghost kitchen,
thank you, Anita.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think about our own incubator facility here. So I don't know if you want to give them a little bit of information on our facility that we have in place.
Me?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. Okay, all right. Yes, so here at JBDC IRC, we do have an incubator kitchen, which is a fully equipped commercial kitchen. So for those persons who have listened to the presentation and heard about the ghost kitchen and is like, yes, we do have an incubator kitchen that we do rent for catering or other events that you need to a kitchen to perform or to do whatever in. We have a nice industrial range. We also have a convection oven, and we have regular conventional ovens. We have a griddle. We have a large commercial mixer, right? And these are just a few of the things that I'm mentioning right now. So yes, we do have a lovely kitchen space. You are invited to come down and take a look at it, and we can discuss what it is you wish to do a little further.
Okay, thank you very much, Alicia. Such an excellent ad a while ago. I've seen where Rosine Ferguson is asking, are there any regulations for persons with home-based businesses?
Yes, there are regulations for persons with home-based businesses, as is with every other business. Now, you can actually speak to persons, or you can call the Ministry of Health. If it is that you're going to be doing something that is packaged and not catering, then you have to get certification from BSJ. If it is that you're going to be doing catering, you are going to need certification from the Ministry of Health. You also need to have your food handler's permit as well. I know that we're having challenges as far as that is concerned because the Ministry of Health has not gone back online fully as yet to provide that service. But as long as you do have a receipt showing that you have paid and is interested and is in the process of looking about one, most times you are offered some leeway in that aspect. You are expected to have a lot in certain things in place if you're going to be having a home-based business. For one, your storage has to be separate. So whatever it is that you're producing for your business, it cannot be in the same storage space as for your home use. you cannot be producing something while you're cooking dinner as well. You have to be doing it separately, right? Oh yes, veg out.
Yes.
Veg out. Yes, the burger, the Jamaican burger, it's
And
veg out. Yes,
yeah.
and they're also in the frozen food section, and their things are really nice. Yes, sorry, I digress. Yes, so, so you have to ensure that your storage is separate, right? And that includes in frozen storage as well, right? But of course, the Ministry of Health and BSJ has a whole list of things, and you can that would outline their standards and so on, that would outline what is required for you, you know, to conduct. Of course, you can contact me as well or anyone from the food department, and we would be more than happy to assist in ensuring that your regulations are being followed and whatever, and that you can get passed or certified.
Okay, all right. Well, Alicia, you kind of touched on the next question that we had here. It's actually from Gail Brown Ellington. And well, Gail was asking how does one get certification, but you kind of mentioned that we can assist, but I don't know if you want to expound on that process in terms of.
We can assist with outlining what is required for certification. You getting certified though, if it is for the Ministry of Health, if you want to get your place passed by the Ministry of Health, then you know you would actually go in and you would apply for that and pay the whatever fee is necessary. And then they would come in and they would, check your place, ensure that it's good, and then they'll pass you if you have passed. And that's how you would get certification. If it is for a product that is going to be shelf stable, that is a packaged product that you're going to be selling in like supermarkets or shops or wholesales or whatever, and not actually a ready to eat, as in a cook to eat product, then you know you have to be certified by the Bureau of Standards, right? And it's pretty much the same concept where you would pay the fee and they would come in and certify your facility. Of course, you know there are standards, so there are lists and requirements that you must first ensure that you have in place before your facility can be certified. And that is an extensive list.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Alicia. Any more questions for Alicia as we try to navigate the food trends for 2021?
Although we have deviated from the food trends a bit.
No problem. But so many of these areas are related to food in and of itself. So I don't really think we have gone, left
We
field.
didn't touch on a lot because one of the major trends that I see affecting us is that more people are interested in our food, as in grown provisions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially since it was scarce for a while. More people are going healthy, so we're trying to cut out the refined flour and the refined rice. So no white rice, no white flour, and people are actually buying them good green banana, and eating up them nice sweet potato and oven roasting those lovely pumpkins, So we're actually seeing that as well.
Yes, that is definitely true, Alicia. Very true. All right, Gail Brown is also asking, is there any information for persons who want to sell, for example, baked products locally or overseas?
Sure. All right. What I would recommend, and thank you, Miss Brown or Mrs. Brown, I'm not sure, for asking that question. What I would recommend is that you contact me, myself, or someone from the food department, and we would walk you through that process as best as we can.
All right. Okay, so she said she will do that. All right, you can send Alicia an email at Lindsay, that's ALINDSAY @jbdc.net if you want to get additional information on these areas, whether it's Gail Brown or anybody else, or you can give her a call via our telephone numbers at 876-758-3966. That's 876-758-3966. So if you have any additional information or queries on this matter or anything else, you can definitely seek out our very knowledgeable food service development specialists to get additional information on these areas. Alicia, what is your forecast for COVID as we continue to navigate that in the food industry? What do you see happening in the short term? I know it's kind of difficult because it's unprecedented, but how do you foresee our food businesses? I know you kind of said we have been standing up on our two legs so far, but how do you think we'll navigate going forward in the short term?
I don't think we have been standing on our two legs. I think we have been standing on one and three quarter.
Okay.
However, as far as COVID is concerned, I know that it is not going to go away tomorrow, next month, or maybe not even next year. I know the vaccine is there and it might help, but based on the trends and the different strains and so on, I think we have to buckle down for the long haul to ensure that eventually this thing goes away, like smallpox or those other things that have went away and have never reared their ugly heads again. And as far as for the food industry is concerned, I've seen where, as I've said before, where the food industry has innovated, that we have decided that no, we are not sinking, we are not going down. We are living in changing times and we are changing to suit those times, right? I have seen where clients who were a mortar and brick establishment who depended solely on persons coming in have now taken to social media. And social media is still a thing. Social media is big, right? People are now advertising on social media and is getting more than they can even handle. And I see where we, as I said, as the food industry can go from strength to strength. People have been basically trapped in our houses. We can't go anywhere. We're under bondage. COVID have us away. Not true?
True.
And to be honest, and I can tell you, I am tired of my own cooking. I'm tired of my cooking, you see? I am so tired of my own cooking. Right? So much so that when my husband burn up my sweetest thing me ever eat, because I'm tired of my own cooking. And this is not just me, right? There are a lot of people out there, if a pan knock down the road and them say food are cooked, they must stop. Then nobody no say, boy, oh, me not see where there's no restroom, I'm not going to stop there anymore. No. Everybody want to go out. Everybody want to somewhere to eat, So I see where we can bounce back from this and come out better.
I think the key thing here is to ensure that we're continuously pivoting and adjusting ourselves to reflect whatever the changing situation is and stay one step ahead of with our planning and of course our execution as well based on
exactly. So once we keep abreast of what's going on in the industry, we'll be able to ensure that we adjust and change, because if we go stagnant, we're dead,
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not seeing any more questions in the chat for you, Alicia. I am seeing where Kamalita said that she has enjoyed this session very much.
Thank you, Kamalita.
Right. And I think I may have mentioned that Gail Brown Ellington said the session was very informative and very much appreciated as well.
Thank you.
So I think we can wrap up since I'm not seeing any additional questions. Mm-hmm. If you have any last words that you want to give them, Alicia, although you kind of gave us a little pep talk a while ago, but
I'm saying no. I just want to tell everyone thank you so very much for tuning in, and thank you guys for the questions and being a part of the discussion. It is much appreciated.
All right, and you are very much appreciated. I can't believe that you are saying you're tired of your cooking because your cooking is excellent. So I don't know, but I can understand.
It's because I cook morning, noon, and night. You wouldn't too.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here today. Next week, we will be doing things a little differently. We'll be back to only one session, and we'll provide a bit more information on that going forward. But it was definitely a pleasure having you all here today, and we look forward to your continuous support of the JBDC Virtual Biz Zones as we navigate this COVID season. And please continue to be safe and take care of yourselves. Wear your masks, use your sanitizers, whatever you have to do to be safe. So please take care of yourselves and be safe. And goodbye. Thank you for being here today. Alicia, thank you again so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.